and Speedway store locations. Various positions are available, so stop by and apply on June 3rd. An equal opportunity employer.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with the right parts, advice from our parts professionals, and our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available for your next repair. Refundable deposit required. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and ask about our free loaner tool program or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threat. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Loan Depot, we know home means everything. As America's lender and the official mortgage provider of Major League Baseball, we provide mortgage solutions that are personalized, convenient, and fast. With rates as low as 1.75%, APR 2.157%, now may be a great time to explore your cash-out refinance option. Give us a call at 866-888-LOAN. Rate subject to change, 2.421% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Happy Memorial Day to all those who protect our freedom by putting their lives on the line.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app. It's the Bill Handel Show. Wayne Resnick in for Bill. He is recovering from the surgery that he finally had, which is good because it puts him a lot closer to a return. Can't put an exact timeline on it, but I think we're at the point, if I understand everything, it's sooner rather than later for Bill's triumphant return. Let's do Handle on the News. Jennifer Jones-Lee and me lead story. Well, a big shooting outside a banquet hall in Miami yesterday morning. 2 people dead, somewhere between 20 and 25 taken to various hospitals for treatment. And some people pulled up in a Nissan Pathfinder, got out and just started shooting up the crowd in front of this banquet hall where there was a concert going. Pistols and rifles, and it's absolutely clear, and law enforcement has no doubt it was a targeted shooting situation. And they just had a thing there in Miami on Thursday. On Thursday, there was a car-to-car shooting. So, you know, this stuff keeps happening. There really is nothing to say. You know, you can give the information that you have. And then in terms of, like, analysis, what does it mean? These are things that happen.
I think the saddest thing that I heard was from one of the cops who was at the scene of this shooting. And all he said was, now that the pandemic is coming to an end, we expect to see more and more of these. Like, great, so we'll go from the pandemic into more mass shootings.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, the suspect in the 91 freeway shooting says, I didn't do it. In fact, he says they're trying to get me to confess to things that I didn't do. Jesse Rodriguez claims not only that, but there is one specific shooting where he said he had an alibi, that he was in an auto parts store in Temecula about the time that this Tesla's window was shot out. And he fully admits that when the cops pulled him over in his Chevy Trailblazer, remember there was that big, 2 cars had been shot out, and they identified this Chevy Trailblazer as the one, and cops were able to track down that Chevy Trailblazer, right? And Rodriguez says, yeah, there was a BB gun in my truck. He claims he had taken away that weapon from his teenage stepson. And then he adds, I'm no marksman. Do you know how hard it is to shoot a moving car?
That is so unbelievably incriminating to me, in my opinion. Okay, because first of all, if you were he's talking about the shooting at the Tesla. That's the thing he's charged with. He's not charged right now with any
of these other ones.
BB shootings. That's the one, and he's saying I was in an auto parts store in Temecula. I gotta believe they have cameras somewhere in this auto parts store.
Right.
So this should have been a very easy investigation into his alibi, right? So number one, what's up with that? Why? Because imagine he says I was in this auto parts store in Temecula. They go look at they know about when the shooting happened, right? It's not like, we have to go through days of footage.
Go to the auto parts store,
right? You go there unless, I don't know, they don't keep their video or something, so you can't really. And then, all right, so that part is kind of, I feel like, because if let's say the store doesn't keep their footage for more than 24 hours or something, how many cameras would you be passing?
Oh, a bazillion.
You know, in your, right? So they would be able to run this down. But man, oh man, why, if you didn't do anything, why would you start talking about, do you know how hard it is to shoot a moving car? Wait a minute. You know how hard it is to shoot a moving car, do you?
No, but here's the thing. That's the line for me that made me go, Because unless you are somebody who knows how difficult it is to hit a moving target, much less a regular target, unless you're somebody who has some sort of weapons training or experience or whatever, all you know is what it's like on the movies, and that you could get it, in a heartbeat. That to me also told me, like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy knows that when somebody's running down the street, it's very hard to just shoot them. Or if you weren't going at a perfect speed or whatever, it might be difficult. That part for me was sketchy.
He also said, first of all, I don't know if he has a lawyer or who his lawyer is, but this guy's talking. He's talking. He should not be talking. But here's the other thing he said that's really weird to me. He said that he claims that the police are also trying to pin on him the road rage shooting of that 6-year-old boy, Aiden Leos. Well, we have a description of that car, right? A white Golf
sedan
wagon or whatever it is. A woman driving and a guy shooting. No, they're not. No, they're not trying to pin that on. Also, that was a firearm, and all these BB gun shootings are BB guns. So, no, they're not. They're not trying to pin that on him. So what the heck is going on with this guy? And he may have some, mental health issues, possibly. All right, let's get a news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee. We'll continue handle on the news. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Well, Memorial Day weekend travelers have already set a new 2021 record at LAX. Airport officials say more than 78,000 people passed through TSA checkpoints Friday alone. They say even before that, May was the busiest month at LAX since before the pandemic started, with an average 61,400 people going through security checkpoints every day. News is brought to you by Rooter Hero Plumbing. The LA Sheriff's Department says a man's been shot dead and a second was wounded in a double shooting in the unincorporated Florence-Firestone area of LA. Deputies say it happened early this morning. Paramedics took both guys to the hospital where one of them died. Democrats in Texas have walked out of the House chamber to block passage of a voting bill. Representatives and chair of the House Democratic Caucus, Chris Turner, says Republicans left them no choice but to walk out last night.
This legislation was designed to suppress the votes in Texans, in particular Texans of color. That is why we killed this bill.
Republican Governor Greg Abbott says he will order lawmakers back to the state capitol for a special session. Officials in Vietnam say they plan to test all 9 million of the country's biggest 9 million people in the country's biggest city for COVID-19. They say they will lock down Ho Chi Minh City for the next 2 weeks, and public gatherings of more than 10 people will be banned. They also say it's because of a growing number of COVID-19 outbreaks. The LA Sheriff's Department I just got that one, sorry. Both men died in that LA shooting. I'm sorry that I was updating this on the fly. So in the Firestone shooting, in that one in LA, they now say that both men have died. A hiker's been injured in a bear attack in Yellowstone National Park.
Park officials say this is the first bear attack inside the park this year. A man was hiking alone when he came across what he believed to be two grizzly bears. One of the bears attacked and seriously hurt the man, but he was able to hike out on his own. He was taken to a hospital. The last bear attack in the park happened in 2020 when a bear knocked a woman down and scratched her thigh. Claudette Stefania, KFI News.
Let's take a look at a crash on the 210.
Eastbound side in San Bernardino. It's located at Sal Rosa Avenue. It's a crash involving a car that's on its side. It's blocking the two left lanes. Emergency crews are on scene. Your ride starts to load up as you come away from Waterman. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Bob with a look at the 405.
Yeah, another bad one now. Please be heads up. We've had these terrible crashes with overturns, and the speeds approaching these crashes are almost full speed, so be carefil. This is going through Van Nuys, northbound 405 at Roscoe. Somebody hit some debris, went into the center divider, went flying across over to the right side. They're going to run a break starting at Sherman Way, so be careful if you're headed that way. And the other way, leaving the San Fernando Valley, southbound 101 at Vineland. Now, let's just pass the interchange. Yet another overturn. Fire department is there. They're waiting for some help. But it's full speed again, coming off the eastern turn to the South Hollywood, even the South 170. Be careful. Once you get up and over the hill now, pretty good drive all the way into downtown Los Angeles. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
And a look at the 91 in Corona on the eastbound side. There is a stall that's blocking the transition to the 15 north. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Soren Crump.
Yesterday, the Dodgers lost to the San Francisco Giants 5-4. Today, they host the St. Louis Cardinals. Trevor Bauer is starting, and first pitch is set for 6:10 p.m. You can listen to it all live on the AM 570 Sports. And the Angels beat the Oakland A's 4-2 yesterday. They're at the San Francisco Giants today. First pitch set for 1:05 this afternoon, and Dylan Bundy will be on the mound for the Halos. I'm Morgan Cook for KFI Sports.
Termites in Southern California are here year-round. They'll happily eat your house, and they don't stop when they infest your home. Call Pacific Coast Termite for a free inspection before the termites start doing their damage. Now, certain restrictions apply, but the vast majority of people get that inspection. And you're probably stuck in your house anyway, so choose a company that can treat your home while you're there. There's no tenting, there's no double bagging your food, no pet sitting. The technicians are up to date on the latest safety precautions, maintain a safe distance when they inspect your home, and, of course, wearing protective gear when inside. Mention KFI, get 10% off the no tenting termite treatments, a 2-year guarantee. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com, 800-PACIFIC.
Pacific Coast Termite kills termites the clean, friendly way.
Socal Weather from KFI. Mostly sunny with highs mid-60s at the coast to the mid to upper 80s inland. We could even see warmer temperatures, low 90s for tomorrow and Wednesday, cooling it back into the upper 70s and low 80s for your highs by the weekend. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Attention!
Fox Animation has a whole new night of comedy. Starting tonight, the pets on Housebroken have issues.
I took to the house like a bad girl!
Lisa Kudrow stars in the series premiere of Housebroken, followed by a brand new episode of Amy Poehler, Ty Burrell, and Rashida Jones in Duncanville.
Thanks for coming. I love being famous.
It all starts tonight at 9 on Fox 11. Good Day LA's Michaela Pereira.
So you've got a lot of worries and a lot of pressing concerns that are weighing you down as the world starts opening up. I know, Mom, you're nervous, you're anxious, you probably haven't been getting a lot of sleep. We're going to give you the information that you need. Talk to doctors about the realities of what it means for your children to go back to school, how you can protect them, and we'll have a little bit of fun so you can make sure that in your downtime, you get to do something that's relaxing and rejuvenating just for you.
Good Day LA, weekdays 4 to 10 on Fox 11.
Are you or someone you know living with Alzheimer's disease? Consider participating in Athira Pharma's clinical trials, exploring a novel repair and regenerative approach to Alzheimer's disease. Athera's clinical trials are late-stage clinical studies of an investigational drug for the treatment of mild to moderate Alzheimer's disease. Contact 1-800-668-4717 today. Contact 1-800-668-4717 today.
Hey, SoCal. Going out for a drink? I'm attorney Darren Kapinoki of 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Better have your seatbelt on, your front license plate attached, and your registration handy. Don't give them a reason. 1-800-NO-CUFFS, because no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
It's Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. For a limited time, save up to $500 on top-rated mattress brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase.
Have a plumbing, water heater issue? Call the Smell Good Plumber, 800-446-MIKE. For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
KFI would like to thank the Radio and Television News Association for making KFI News the winningest news outlet in Southern California.
KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app. Good morning, Bill Handel Show. Wayne Resnick in for Bill. He is recovering from surgery. Jennifer Jones-Lee is here, and we're doing Handel on the News for you. The reward to find the despicable scum killer of that 6-year-old boy, Aiden Leos, is now up to $400,000. I think it started with $50,000 that the family put up, and then other people kept kicking in, and now it's at $400,000. It might even go up higher than that. Man, oh man! If you know something, not because of the money, please.
That's what always makes me sad about rewards, is that they keep increasing in hopes that that is going to be what makes somebody have a conscience and either turn themselves or turn the passenger in this case.
Yeah, well, you can't. I don't think you're eligible for the reward if you're the shooter.
No, of course not. But if you are, say you were the woman who was driving, and you said it was, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Tom was the shooter. But is it, at what point, if you're that person, at what point is the money enough where you say, all right, I'm going to squeal? Or if you know that the two people who are in that car, at what point is that money enough for you to say, okay, I'm going to turn my friend or my relative in? Isn't there some point where just you as a human are horrified by the fact that a 6-year-old boy on his way to kindergarten was shot by somebody and killed in a road rage?
Well, we should all be at the point, you say, like, where's the point should be the second you realize what happened and you know something.
Yes.
There should not be a need for rewards.
Right.
So but there is.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So this is not bagging on the people offering the rewards. Unfortunately, it's a necessary evil because of all this unnecessary evil. They're gonna find them.
Oh yeah.
Because a golf wagon or whatever, it's not like a Honda Accord.
Right.
Where every time you turn around, or a Prius, every time you turn around, there's one. So, you know what they do, DMV records, I don't know if they have a partial license plate or not, but it doesn't matter because they're certainly going to be able to pull up every white Golf wagon of this model and go around, and they will find these people. So whether or not the reward will ever be claimed is a different thing, whether someone would come forward. But that's kind of that's the society that we're living in. But this has been going on a long time. I know, I'm tempted to go, it's all gone to hell in the last, 4 to 8 years in this country. But that's not totally true. I mean, rewards have been offered forever.
Oh, of course.
Because forever there have been people who have known about a terrible crime and felt they just don't feel like they gotta help.
And can I give a shout out for the people who have added to this reward that, like you said, did start as $50,000 from the family. You had a couple of county supervisors who pitched in, but you had, I thought last week, one of the companies that pitched in, these are all just these local companies who hear the story, don't necessarily have any connection to the family, but just say, you know what, we want to kick in. I think last week it was Ben's Asphalt, just random guy who runs a company who said, I needed to help. There was another company, a local company, who kicked in $65,000, which has now bumped it up over $400,000. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and there's a GoFundMe for the mom that's over $300,000 now. See, this is the weird thing, right? All of those people that you're talking about, the people who gave money to GoFundMe, any one of those people, if they knew anything, they would say it, and they wouldn't need a reward, and they wouldn't take a reward.
Yes.
So it's sort of weird that, I guess, when you're close to a person who has done an awful thing, there's something about that relationship that you don't have your normal moral compass at that point. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 99.999% of people, if they knew something, they'd be on the phone to the police right now without any regard to a reward or anything. And yet, the woman, who certainly knows what's going on, apparently doesn't feel any obligation.
You know, the only thing that in my mind might give a 0.25% of justification for her what if there's sort of a fear factor in this? What if the guy who shot Aiden Leos, what if he has turned to her and said, I can do that to that kid, I can do the same thing to you. He's got the gun, he knows you know. What if she's terrified?
That is very legitimate, and given what he did, it's not hard to believe.
Right.
That he'd be a scary
I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I'm just wondering.
Somebody needs to, rationalize. What should happen is, and I don't know how you structure it, right? So I can't do it. But the authorities, in conjunction with whoever they need to get with, should publicly put forth some kind of if you come to us and we will protect you, we will support you, maybe financially unable to support yourself, that could be part of the reason, and we will get you away from this guy, and we will make sure that you have money and whatever you need, and break away and do the right thing. But I guess that's true, that nobody's specifically targeting her. Bad choice of words, I apologize, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Nobody's specifically reaching out to the one person we know knows for sure in that way. So that's right, she may be cowering in fear for her life, unable to help. So why can't we put something together and publicly go, by the way, this is available.
We're going to help protect you, your family, because
whatever you need. I mean, look, there's $400,000 in reward money.
Yeah.
So that alone, you could really, maybe you can get her into a witness protection, whatever it takes. It's easy for us though to kind of speculate, right? And we're not inside that situation, so it's just very frustrating. The bottom line is that somebody on a freeway, in public like that, shoots and kills a kid, and we still don't know who it is. The fact that that's possible, it's scary.
It is scary.
Let's get a news update, Jen, and then we'll finish up handle on the news here. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Well, now that the nation has far fewer restrictions on this Memorial Day because of COVID, all 155 cemeteries dedicated to veterans are now open to those fully vaccinated. Today marks 100 years since the start of the Tulsa Race Massacre. President Biden will head to Oklahoma tomorrow to meet with the last 3 survivors. And crews in Tennessee will be back in a lake today to try and recover the bodies of 7 people who died in a plane crash. The jet went down near Smyrna Saturday morning. All 7 on board were church leaders, including actor Joe Lara, who played Tarzan on a TV show in the 90s. We'll take a look at your drive with the KFI in the sky and some trouble on the 210 next.
Attention savvy investors. Are you looking to hedge against inflation and receive steady monthly cash flow? How about the safety and security of a real estate investment without the hassles of being a landlord? Maybe you should cash out of some stock market risk and volatility and take some money off the table. Instead, receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses targeted to 21%. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year constructing strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand properties in unique neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. Call 800-800-1414 to start your due diligence. A great fit for safety-oriented investors desiring monthly cash flow and diversification into carefully curated real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Lowe's is your go-to for great gardening values every day. Select bagged mulches now just $2.88 a bag. Shop online and pick up in store. Lowe's, home to the best part of summer. Selection and product availability vary by location while supplies last. U.S. only.
Socal weather from KFI, mostly sunny with highs mid-60s at the coast to the mid to upper 80s inland. This report is brought to you by Lowe's. Let's take a look at that trouble spot on the 210.
Eastbound side of San Bernardino at Del Rosa. This is a crash involving a car that's on its side. It's taking away the two left lanes there. CHP and emergency crews are on scene, and they're reporting that they're going to be there for at least the next 20 to 30 minutes, clearing things out of the road. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh checking your ride on the 405.
You betcha, going into Long Beach, just another heads up for you. Southbound 405 at Cherry. That's kind of the western edge of the airport. But the drivers have called in a small fire reporting just off the off-ramp, if you will. So just be careful. Fire department will probably be on the way. Now back to San Fernando Valley, northbound 405 in between Sherman Way and Roscoe. Another bad crash that had the CHP got there to run a brake, stop all traffic. So it's kind of slow going through. Southbound still in good shape. And then leaving the San Fernando Valley, southbound 101 at Vineland, yet another overturn. And again, it's almost full speed approaching. You won't find any delays, but please slow down as you go by. Be careful. After that, pretty good all the way into downtown Los Angeles. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
And a look at conditions on the westbound side of the 91 through Cerritos. From Artesia Boulevard, you ride to the 110. It's 15 minutes. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Soren Crump.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. For a limited time, save up to $500 on top-rated mattress brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your $6.99 mattress purchase.
It's okay that you don't want to be first to get the COVID-19 vaccine. You aren't. It's okay to have questions. Everyone deserves answers. It's okay to hate needles but love Band-Aids. It's fine to do it because your kid misses her soccer team like nothing else. Let's get you there. Let's get to immunity. Learn more at vaccinateall58.com or call 833-422-4255. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
There's no better feeling than getting a great deal, like a hotel room upgrade, or a free car wash with every tank of gas, maybe unlimited chips and salsa with your burrito. And now, as an AT&T wireless customer, you can get an exclusive deal on a super fast internet experience with AT&T Fiber. Get consistently fast speed, even during peak times, and a great deal with AT&T Fiber. Learn more at att.com/fiber offer. Limited availability in select areas based on wired connection to gateway. Restrictions apply.
Where can you find Memorial Day specials all month long on new Hondas? The Norm Reeves Honda Superstore during the Norm Reeves Memorial Day event. Super comes standard with our friendly sales team and convenient buying process that puts you in the driver's seat. Whether you shop in store or online, you'll find a super experience that makes car buying fun. Plus, choose your super new ride from one of the largest Honda inventories in Southern California. Come see how Norm Reeves sets the standard for car buying during the Norm Reeves Memorial Day event. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reeves Honda Superstore locations in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Plus, we're now open in Vista. Shop online at normreeves.com. That's for Global Honda and the Vehicle Sales 2020.
I hear, are you looking to sell your home fast without doing any repairs? Then you need to call my friends at Sunday. Sunday will buy your home as is and give you the best possible price. Sunday buys homes off market in any condition. Here's how it works. If you have a dated property or an inherited property that you can't or don't want to keep, or even a house with structural issues, or a house that you simply don't want to fix up in order to sell, call Sunday to get your no obligation cash offer. With Sunday, you don't have the hassle with showings, cleanings, repairs, or even realtor fees. Sunday will give you an immediate cash offer and can close on your timeline in as quick as 10 days. The process is so easy, you can even get a $10,000 cash advance if you need cash prior to closing. So go to Sunday.com. That's SUNDAE.com. That's Sunday.com. SUNDAE.com. Or call them. 800-25-OFFER. That's 800-25-OFFER.
Calling all trade-ins for great deals at the Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Get $7,500 trade assist cash on a 2020 Ford Edge ST. That means if your trade-in is worth $5,000, you'll get $12,500 towards your Edge ST. But time is running out. Get here fast.
Available on vehicles in stock over 61 days. Limited supply. Must trade in 1995 or newer vehicle to qualify. Total trade assist cash varies by model and not compatible with other factory offers. Dealer determines trade-in value. Amount varies. Offers valid through 6/1.
Attention, California. New federal funding of $3 billion is available to help more people pay for health insurance, no matter what your income. Couples can now pay $700 less every month. Single people could have comprehensive coverage for $1 a month. And a family of 4 could pay less than $100 a month. To see your new lower price, go to CoveredCA.com. The sooner you sign up, the more you save. Covered California. This way to health insurance.
Now, another iHeartRadio COVID-19 vaccine update.
U.S. top doc Anthony Fauci says businesses, schools, and summer camps will be getting more guidance on mask wearing soon.
Over the next few weeks, you're going to see more and more explicit, granular description of what can and cannot be done.
Fauci predicts the U.S. could approach the end of the coronavirus pandemic in the next month or so, saying it will happen after at least 70% of adults have received one or more vaccine dose.
Get the latest vaccine info now at cdc.gov/coronavirus.
It's Memorial Day weekend. Thanks to the people who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. KFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app. The Bill Handel Show on this Memorial Day. Wayne Resnick in for Bill. He is still recovering from back surgery. Let's finish up Handel on the News with Jeffrey Jones-Lee and me.
And apparently a whole lot of us think COVID is done. And if you look at some of the case rates in the U.S. on Saturday, let's look at that. 11,976 new COVID-19 cases were reported across the country. That's the lowest we've seen since March of last year. And I guess because we expected those numbers to happen, all of us got on planes and traveled. Except for me and you.
Well, you have official loosening up of restrictions through most of the country. So, yeah, people were just waiting. I mean, the thing I like about it is you could look at this surge of travel and say, it means a lot of people were taking the pandemic seriously, and they were waiting for cues from their state governments, for example, about whether things are better, and now they feel things are better.
60% of adults in the U.S. have at least one dose of a COVID vaccine, and 40.5% of adults are fully vaccinated.
Yeah, which is not enough.
They want it 70%?
They were saying 70 to 85, depending. Yeah. They're not sure. So you have to factor in the people who actually had COVID. Did you see the thing? I'm sure you did. You see everything. That people who had COVID, they believe their immunity from having had it can last like years.
Yeah.
That's what they're anticipating now. So I guess that's good. But we're not, if you think we're at herd immunity, we're not. And then we also have the problem of, and this is why, and I'm thinking we should, if we're going to see it, it should be in the next couple, maybe 3 weeks, this mask messaging where it's no mask if you're vaccinated, mask if you're not, but there's no way to enforce it.
2014.
You know unvaccinated people are running around with no masks. Will we see another surge? We haven't so far. I'd give it another 2-3 weeks, and you know what? If the numbers are still low like this in 2-3 weeks, we might have to accept. I said it like it's a negative thing. They'd be like, we might have to accept that everybody's getting lobster for dinner. We might have to finally agree that even though the vaccination numbers are not where we'd like them to be for herd immunity, that we might actually be in a functional herd immunity. The combination of the people who are vaccinated, the people who have had it, the private businesses that are still enforcing certain protocols, that we're not going to have another surge. I would love to not be. I would love to not be concerned again about another surge. Great, but yeah, the airports must be a nightmare. Also, everybody's out of practice. That's the other part. And it's just occurred to me that you have the increase in crowds. Was the TSA ready for the increase in crowds? I don't know. But people forgot about all that pre-conveyor belt stuff you got to do. You got to get the shoes off. You got to get the iPad out of the carry-on bag. You got to get your little Ziploc bag of travel-size shampoo out of, right? There's prep. There's prep. And before the pandemic, you could tell who was on, like, you could go, oh, she knows exactly what she's doing. Ruthlessly efficient, with the shoes and the thing and the boom, and it takes like 30 seconds. Yeah. It takes me, I know what to do. It takes me a little longer than that. And then you see there's always people that's like, have you not flown in the last 10 years?
Scott, my husband literally has flown twice a week throughout the entirety of the pandemic. It never stopped for him. And he got in the truck on Wednesday, just last week, and he goes, they're back. And I said, who's back? And he goes, everybody. Yeah. Everybody is back at the airport. And he talked about how efficient, honestly, flying was at the beginning of the pandemic because you only had frequent flyers and very few of them. I mean, we're talking 12 people on a plane. Right. It was like, whoop, whoop, you're through security and you're on the plane. It was nothing. But yeah, you're back.
The only time I flew during the, I'm thinking of the insurance act. The only time that I flew, during the pandemic was, for my dad's funeral. But it was not during a surge. It was in between the summer surge and then the later in the year surge.